Hello, everybody, and welcome to the state of the stream for, I guess, January 2023. So this is something that I do every couple of months where I just kind of talk about stats and do a couple other things. So this is just going to be a vloggity thing. I'm going to kind of plop overlays of information down here, try and put some production value into this and make it not just like me recording for 8 minutes, just screen sharing and shit. So this is going to be a kind of a little talk through of some stats, some stat increases, and some things that I would just like to kind of be transparent about because I think it's interesting. So the first thing I want to talk about is just YouTube. So for those of you who are new here, especially if you've found me since the release of Dwarf Fortress, I've been creating content in some way, shape, or form basically for as long as I can remember. I think my first YouTube channel was 2008, and I had several different YouTube channels. I started streaming for the first time in 2012, got into it in 2013 heavily, and that's kind of why I say that I've been streaming for 9 years, is because I started in 2013, and now we're into 2023, so when I hit November of this year, it'll be 10 years. I've been around for a long time, creating content on different platforms for a long time. It's very much gone from hobby to income source to job over the years. And the initial periods, like when I was a lot younger, this was just a hobby. This was something I did for fun. Initially, when I started streaming, it was actually a way of socializing because I was working full-time night shift at the time and just had a long commute and had no opportunity to hang out with friends and just didn't have that many friends. So it was a very easy way for me to just kind of have a social outlet. And then eventually that became an income source because back in 2013, Twitch wasn't a place where you could just make an account and get affiliated and start making money. You really had to get partner, and the requirements for partner back then were significantly higher. It was like 300 concurrent or something, which I've only just achieved for the first time really in the last 30 days. So when Dwarf Fortress was something I started streaming, it was me accepting that my channel was going to die. I started streaming Dwarf Fortress in 2018, and it was very much a 1 day a week thing because my numbers would dip very heavily every single time I did it. And I just come off of the back of the not Dwarf Fortress, the RimWorld launch into 1.0. And I'd been streaming and I'd been partnered for a bit at that point, but my numbers were dipping. And it was statistically not feasible to continue going as a business. I was trying my best, and every month I was losing money. I was starting to eat into my savings, and then a few things changed in my life, and there was a surge of support for my channel, and I've been completely more or less crowdfunded ever since. A lot of channels survive off of primarily like sponsorships and outside money. Mine, with some very rare exceptions, has been entirely crowdfunded. This is to my benefit, but it's also to my detriment. It's to my detriment because my revenue and income is very topsy-turvy. Some months will be good. Some months I'll make rent. And that's kind of been the way of things for the last basically 5 years of my life. I've had odd jobs here and there. I do work extremely part-time for my parents, so I do get a little money on the side, but all of my money is private business income, so it's all heavily taxed and everything because I live in Canada. We do have a relatively high individual business tax here, so I will be talking about money in this video. I will be talking about revenue in this video. I will be showing some stats that I'm comfortable showing, and I will be giving you kind of an example of where I've come, where I've been, and where I am right now. So the first thing we're going to talk about is views, okay? So a normal month for my YouTube channel for the past several years has been roughly, give or take, 80,000 to 100,000 views. And if we want to talk money for a second, in Canadian dollars, that's anywhere from $120 to $200, maybe a little more than that if YouTube is feeling nice. So not huge revenues. I think my best month on YouTube ever was about $400 before Dwarf Fortress got announced to have a release date. My YouTube channel was entirely built off of the news videos that you see me putting up. So if you see me post a video that's labeled news, was 109 of them before launch, just talking about screenshots, minor updates, and that sort of thing. That was the kind of thing that built my channel, was those news videos. Beyond that point, the Other thing that kind of built my channel was I interview indie devs, and this is something I really would like to get back to. I put up one video kind of advertising one of the games that I really, really like with a dev that I've spoken with in the past for War Sim. I don't know how many of those particular videos I'm going to do. That was kind of a test run. People seem to like the video. It did fine. But that was the other thing that really built my channel. And the thing that gave my channel legitimacy are the interviews I do with Zach and Tarn. There are 8 of them on my YouTube channel now, all over an hour of me talking with Zach and Tarn, doing an audience Q&A session live on Twitch, and I kind of trimmed them down a little bit and put the questions on screen for the YouTube videos, and those have also always done very well traditionally. So my channel is very much built off of Dwarf Fortress as a thing. So obviously, as we get closer to release, the stats increase. So here you can see the last year worth of views. And I'm going to show this on the screen. Should be like right there. And you can kind of see at the very beginning, it's roughly anywhere from 800 to 3,000 views a day, depending on what video went up that day. And right up until November of this year, when the game got a release date announcement. The month before was actually pretty good too, which was October, because there was a few blog posts that were extremely positive and almost teasy. But once the game got announced, things kind of changed. We got over 300,000 views that month, which was very good for my channel up until that point. It was better than I'd done in the last 3 days. Or sorry, in the last 3 months. And then December hit. So when December hit, my YouTube channel got just under 3 million views per month. Now, I'm iffy to show this stat on screen just because it is money, but what I will say for those of you listening is I made $6,305.58 in the month of December in ad revenue. Now, the reason I'm showing this off is because I don't think this is going to stick. It's this is not going to be a consistent amount of views. The views on my channel will drop. I know how stats work. I know that when there are big updates, there will be influxes, but this is not going to stay the same. This was the highest ad revenue month of the year, December. December and November are the 2 best ad revenue months of the year. Traditionally, ad revenue cuts in half when we hit January, February, March, because that's when people stop spending marketing money. Also, we're in a recession right now, so I very much expect those numbers to drop. That was more than I've ever made on YouTube in my entire YouTubing time, right? I've been monetized on YouTube now since 2018. 2019. Anyway, I've been monetized on YouTube since 2019. And up until this point, that is more money than I've ever made ever on YouTube. So 2.9 million views, you can do the math. So December was incredible. Flat. Absolutely fucking incredible. The increase on the Twitch channel was similar. I can't state those earnings numbers due to contracts and bureaucracy, but what I can tell you was I went from an average of 72 viewers to an average of 114 viewers from October to March, respectively, up to an average of 806 over December. So that's kind of the statistics side of things. Now, just talking about me and my plans for the new year. Over this year, my only real goal is I would like a play button. I don't need to do it this year, but I would like a play button. That would be something for me that would just kind of say, it would be like graduating university, let's just say, and getting that graduation plaque. That's what I want. I want a play button. And I think that we're a ways off, but I think it's achievable. The channel is still growing at a very rapid rate. The game Dwarf Fortress is rapid, and there are peers in the industry, for me, people like Krug Smash, people like Nucrium, who've done it. So that is my goal, is I would like a play button. For the Twitch side of things, I just want things to stay basically where they are. I'm also expecting numbers to fluctuate there, as they always do. Some months are better, some months are worse. But I have gone from barely being able to put money into savings every month to suddenly being blessed with the biggest paychecks of my life. I just wanted to say very much thank you to everybody who watches these videos and to everybody who sticks around. I don't care if you ad block at all, but what I will say is about 30% of my revenue came from YouTube Premium. I don't want to show you the exact stat, but 30% of my revenue came from YouTube Premium. So thank you to those of you who have YouTube Premium, because that is a large margin. I think part of that is also due to the fact that I do upload some very long videos, and I think a lot of people just leave that running in the background. I was looking at some stats online, and I think that the approximately 30% average is higher than normal. So I'll do another one of these. Maybe we'll just do them at the beginning of the year. I think it would make a lot more sense to do it that way. But thank you to everybody for swinging by and clicking on this little random vlog, and shout outs to everybody who have spent time in my channel the past, couple months. It's been fun. And I'm looking forward to 2023. And to put it bluntly, I wasn't looking forward to the year 2020 when 2020 started. I wasn't looking forward to 2021 when 2021 started. And I also wasn't looking forward to 2022 when 2022 started. So this is the first time I've actually felt relatively stable since I moved out in 2012. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.